Hey guys, it's Lois again, back for a second round today on this fabulous Friday. This is an impromptu, brief episode of Healthy and Wealthy and Wise. You know this lady, you love her. If you haven't for the first time, this is your first time meeting her, you will fall in love with her. But Jenny Harkleroad was my subconscious mind coach actually in late 2019 when I first moved to Southern California. I had big goals and dreams, and I wanted to launch my coaching business. I wanted to do all of these things. And I didn't realize one of the biggest reasons I didn't affect sooner was because I had these subconscious limiting beliefs. So I worked with Jenny now for over a year. She's transformed my business, my bank account. Oh, and by the way, my marriage and relationship. And so we wanted to come to you guys today to give you some compelling evidence as to why, especially as we just finished January, we're heading into Valentine's Day coming up. How can you improve your relationship with subconscious mind coaching? So Jenny, tell us, what is this all about?
Absolutely. Thanks, Lois. I love this. And, the best way to explain what's going on with the subconscious mind is to tell a little bit of my story. I met my husband when I was 14. We fell in love. I married him when I was only 18 years old. And life was fireworks and roses for a couple years, and then it wasn't. And I try to figure out, why isn't this going so well anymore? Like, what happened? What changed? And so I started reading marriage books and talking to people who had experience in marriage and trying to figure out, how come this is getting hard and difficult and not as fun as it used to be? Is it just because we're young and we don't know what we're doing? But then what happened was I kept getting older and older and older, and the marriage didn't get better. So it wasn't my age. What was the matter? And it got to the point where we were literally splitting up, and it went against everything I believed, and it was breaking my heart, and I didn't want to do it. I wanted to make it work. I mean, I love this guy. I knew I did in the past, right? How do I make it better? And so when I had finally given up, I went to this class on reprogramming the subconscious mind. And I did a bunch of work on myself, changing my limiting beliefs. And I came home and I walked in the door. When I saw him, I was feeling this intense love for him, like I used to feel when I was a teenager. And I thought, what is going on with me? What is happening? And as I started to learn more about the subconscious mind and what I had just been through, I realized that it was my subconscious programming, my limiting thinking, that was causing problems in our marriage, because scientists have discovered that we only function out of our conscious mind about 5% of the time. So while we were dating, all my conscious focus was on him. Oh my gosh, I'd spend 2 hours in the closet trying to pick the right outfit, right? He would speak in poetry, Lois, right? But after several years, that wasn't happening anymore. I'd wear sweats and he didn't speak in poetry anymore. So the relationship had changed. But then when I programmed my mind so that I was loving and happy and open and caring and forgiving and all these things naturally, instead of resorting to some old negative programming I had about relationships, oh my gosh, I was different. And then he was different. And then the whole dance was different. And he said for about 6 months, is it now like so good again, or is it going to switch back? And, it's been 5 years of bliss. We've been married 26 years now. And the last 5 years have been amazing and as fun as when we first met. And I wish that for other people, which is why I'm holding this online couples retreat, to teach people how to program their mind for happiness in their marriage. And you don't have to be unhappy to come. You just have to want to make it better. And why not make it better with somebody that you live with and love with and are so involved with? You can just keep getting it better and better. And that's what I'm excited about sharing today.
That's so cool. And I want to share with you too, I teach in my sales training the be, do, have principle, right? You got to be amazing yourself and whole on yourself, as opposed to clingy, insecure, codependent, right? So that you can do the right things and be the right person to show up and have the most amazing relationship. However, I knew all that. And when I first started working with you, actually in 2020, there was a limiting belief that I had that was impacting our financial component of our household. So I know there's people out there who say, oh, I've got an amazing marriage. Life is good. The pandemic has brought us closer together. And I would honestly say that's true for us as well. And I brought something to the table that was self-sabotaging our financial household. Okay, so real quick story, and maybe Jenny, you can take this to the next level. With Jenny's help, I discovered that I had a subconscious limiting belief that taught me, maybe it was from my childhood or some other trauma, that said, I can't make more money than my husband. My husband has to be the breadwinner, and I should just, stay in this like cap financially. And I wasn't truly happy because I wanted to make more money. I wanted to put more food on the table, travel, help provide for our family. And guess what? Because of Jenny, I discovered that I had this belief that was so bogus, so not true. My husband was like, what? I never said that. That's not true. And sure enough, I blew the lid off of my income the second half of last year because I worked on myself. And now we're going to this retreat because we're like going, hey, it could be even better. And I'm so excited to be a part of it. So Jenny, can you maybe elaborate on those things that we don't even know might be impacting our relationship?
Yeah, I loved what you shared. So psychologists say we have 50 to 80,000 thoughts per day. They say about 80% of them are negative. Isn't that sad? And about 90% are a repeat of yesterday. So if today feels like yesterday, there's a reason. It's because we're thinking the same thoughts and having the same feelings. So we're experiencing the same thing. It's like Groundhog Day, right? Over and over. So we don't know what's in our subconscious. We don't know what negative programs we picked up along the way or what traumas and dramas affected us. So that changes how we perceive things, how we perceive ourselves and others and the world. But what you can see is the printout of your subconscious mind, which is your life. If you look in the mirror and you love yourself, if you look at somebody else and you love them and adore them and you're patient and kind and loving and forgiving, that's your programming. That's automatic. If you're trying to be patient and kind and loving and understanding, forgiving, it's not your program. So when you deal with the subconscious mind, it's about being the person you want to be instead of trying, because knowledge doesn't equal understanding. Just because you know something, you read in a marriage book on communication and it's like, oh, this is so good. And then you get in a fight with your spouse 5 minutes later, you're like, what just happened? Well, just because you know something doesn't mean it changes your programming. It doesn't change how you automatically respond to things. And that's usually how it is in a marriage or in a relationship. It's an automatic response that gets us in trouble, right? It's like, oh, I wish I didn't say that, or I wish I didn't react like that. And so we can change those automatics so that really, when my husband kissed me goodbye this morning, he said, thank you for loving me unconditionally. That's what he said to me this morning. I thought, how awesome is that? Because before I reprogrammed my mind, I definitely did not love him unconditionally. I loved him if he made the right amount of money and if he wore the right clothes and if he remembered to take out the trash and if he brought me roses, right? There were all these things, all these hoops he had to jump through to be that guy that I needed because I was suffering on the inside. So in the relationship, like you said, when you improve yourself, even just that will transform the relationship. There's so many limiting beliefs we all have. We don't know what they are, but we're going to find what they are. That's one of my specialties, discovering those blocks. We're going to work through them all, reprogram them in class to make life happier and healthier and more fun and better. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited you and your husband are coming. I love it. We're going to have a great time together.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, whether your goals are health related, whether your goals are wealth related, like I just shared with you, if it's even just learning some innate wisdom, bringing things from your subconscious that are driving you, that maybe it's not hurting today, but 6 months from now, things could blow up and be different in your marriage or your relationship, your partnership. We'd love for you to attend. It's Saturday, February 13th. I put the link right here, but maybe just to close it out here in the final 30 seconds, Jenny, do you want to share with them, what are they going to get by attending this retreat from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific on Saturday, February 13th?
Absolutely. Thanks, Lois. I'm going to teach you the 3 secrets of reprogramming your relationship for success. And then we're going to spend most of the day literally changing the brain. So what I've done is I've created a process. It opens the brain bridge and it builds new pathways in the brain. It's been studied by a PhD. He's done brain maps to show why this process works so well. And it works so well because it's science. It changes your brain. It changes your cellular perception so that your life becomes the way you want it to be, instead of trying so hard every day, beating yourself up. Why can't I? Wish I could. Automatic success in your relationship. So it's permanent. It's not a day of take notes and then go try to do this stuff. It's a day of transformation. So if you're looking for personal transformation and relationship transformation at any level, your life can be great. Well, let's make it even better than that, right? Let's keep getting it better. And so you can be happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise, right?
Awesome. Love it, guys. Please check out, I put the link in the comments. It'll be in the show notes. Even if you can't make it for whatever crazy reason, right? I would do everything to move heaven and earth to be able to be there as my husband and I, because we are all looking for more, better, faster, stronger results in our life. So thanks, Jenny, for being here today.
Yeah, Lois. And let me add one last thing before we go, which is if your spouse can't make it or your partner can't make it, come. Because if you can improve yourself, they're going to respond different to you and it's going to change the whole dynamic. So come if you can. We want to see you there and we want to help you transform into your very best self.
That's a good reminder. I think that's powerful. Hey, Brian Kelly, stopping in just to.
Brian, what's up?
Brian, are you going to come? We want you there.
Oh, man.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks, guys. Tune in, tune out. And until next time, here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best wisdom in life, and of course, in relationships.
Awesome.